I always love this part of the show because it's so inspirational, it's so motivational, it shows you what is possible in the human form, and when companies put their money where their mouth is, how lives can be transmogrified, and I absolutely love it. Glad to have you back with us right here on Sunrise. Good morning to you. Now, from youth parliamentarian to medical student and mentor, Malcolm-Jamal Newland. From your ear name there, it just some name just make for greatness.
No, you can tell him parents did love Cosby Show back in the day. Malcolm-Jamal Warner.
Cosby, that's right. The Huxtables.
Yeah, the Huxtables.
The Huxtables, I gotta tell you. So Malcolm-Jamal Newland is the kind of change maker that we all need to know.
That's right.
Today, in our Fully Bright JWN Scholarship Spotlight, we hear his story and learn how the JWN Foundation is helping others like him achieve their dreams. Malcolm-Jamal, welcome to Sunrise. How are you?
How are you?
I am good. I'm good. A bit
all
nervous.
badged out.
All right, so for the record, you're not studying medicine at St. George's College.
Yes, for the
You're
record.
bright. You're fully bright, but not so bright. But tell us why you're repping St. George's this morning.
I mean, St. George's has always played a pivotal role to my development. Going into the interview last year, I did rep my jacket, and I felt as though I wanted to make this as realistic as possible. And I felt like that connection to my school and overall development. I don't like leaving out anything.
Nice.
I'm very much inclusive of where I came from and how I've augmented since then. So through my voluntary service at my old institution and stuff like that. So I like to stay connected even after achieving or going beyond that scope, just to be enlightened and remember where I'm
the
coming
fullness
from.
and the wholesomeness.
Right.
I love that. Love that. Where are you from?
I'm from the Olympic Way. So it's off 3 Mile, 9 Salmon Taylor Road to be exact. Yeah. Born and raised in a city.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And what was life like for you back then?
Growing up, I was aware of certain things around me from an early age, and I find that to be very apparent as a volunteer teacher and a philanthropist. I find it to be, for the children that are exposed to impoverished conditions or unfortunate scenarios, they tend to be more aware of their surroundings and more understanding of certain things that they perhaps should not understand. So from an early age, I saw that, you know, there was difficulties with even funding a medical bill or buying stuff to go towards school. And I found that the lifestyle that most men within my community had taken on was not one that I wanted for myself. It was not one that I wanted for my family. And I think my mother, being an educator, played an essential role to that. So from an early age, she showed me the essentiality behind getting an education, and I really found passion with getting A's and you know, being a part of a lot of different organizations. I just like to create that level of impact. And even now speaking to youths, because they look up to me within my community, and even speaking to them, I tell them, you know, you might be seeing daddy do this, uncle do this, mommy do this, auntie do this, but what do you want for you? What do you envision yourself in the next 15, 20 years? And are you comfortable with who you are now versus who you want to become?
You mentioned what you envision yourself in the future. Vision 2050, tell us about that and where it comes from.
Right. So Vision 2050 is a non-profit organization started by me and a couple of youth leaders within my community. Currently, we focus more on youth-based developments, but it started with an idea. Vision 2050, elaborate, right? Because you think, oh yeah, go all the way to Vision 2050, like 2050, right? Yeah, Vision 2030, not 50. But it was more of a play on words. I love literature, and it's metaphorical. It's showing that growth isn't a direct thing. It's continuous, it's progressive. And their Vision 2050, even though it's draconian or it seems as though it's so far, you know what I'm saying? it enlightens what we want our members who are a part of the organization to be about. So right now, we do free tutoring. We give to the poor and the needy. We volunteer at the Red Cross Association or the Mustard Seed communities. And in doing that, we don't expect immediate change because we understand that just starting, you know, that unrealistic. We can't really expect too much from the start. But so far, it's been so fulfilling. I mean, even the other day, we donated around 50 books to my previous institution, and it was like, wow, you know what I mean? And it's good that the work, even though, you know, your reward wouldn't be notability or visibility, but it's good that we are impacting the lives in such a way where it is tangible.
You know what I love about what you're saying is the fact that you're giving, you're a giver.
Yes.
There are many, especially young people who want. Gimme. And they never look to volunteer. They never look to give. They never look to help. They never look to assist or be an agent of change. And I'm very impressed with Vision 2050 and how it is that you have, you know, acquitted yourself in terms of helping and wanting to grow and mentoring and you know what I mean? I think that's so good, and a lot of young people can learn that it's not just about wanting a scholarship or you want somebody to help you want, and then when you ask them, so what have you done?
Right.
What have you contributed? Dennis, they have nothing to tell you.
Nothing to say. What I appreciate is you contributing your excellence.
Yes.
So that a youth from Olympic Garden, just like a youth from Tex Lane, can go and make a next youth from Olympic Gardens or Tex Lane or Olaba Road say, my place in come from?
Definitely.
You know? Him can do it, me can do it too.
Definitely.
Right.
And not seeing the circumstances as a limit and receiving. Tell us about, you know, applying for the scholarship and when you heard that you got it and the difference that it made for you, because bright is not enough.
No.
You need the help.
Absolutely.
Definitely takes cash to care.
Yeah.
Cash to care indeed. All right, so going through the interview, so it was a very tumultuous period for me.
Who told you about the scholarship?
I think I saw it online. I think if it's not from All About Scholarships Jamaica, it was one of those scholarship websites, and I was rummaging through all of them because 4.4 million, I will get that, you know what I mean? So I was rummaging through, applying for all I could, and I stumbled upon JWN and I saw that, oh wow, it's actually catered towards individuals within my area. So I think, all right, I'm gonna just go and just do a little application and stuff. All right, entering into the interview process now, very nerve-wracking. I had already done 2 interviews before that for 2 other scholarships. And I think they went well, but going into this one specifically, I wasn't as yet equipped with the idea of previously reading on the foundation. So while I would skim through and just know a bit of information at surface level, it was not something profound. And they made that apparent during my interview, and I was like, Father God, look like that one you lit the basket, you know what I mean? But I thank them for their benevolence and their generosity in understanding that, because even after the interview had ended, he had, one of the representatives had told me, I see that you're intelligent, but what I would recommend is that going forward, you do research so that you're intentional. And that had left such a lasting impact with me that for the other scholarships I went in, they were so flabbergasted with the amount of knowledge that I had acquired. Because I said, this now my foot now buck again. My foot here now buck, you know. But yes, so seeing that email, I mean, I was like mind blown. I was like, wow, you know what I mean? So they see something in me. Right. And I was also very impressed with their voluntary service hours, because I love volunteering, as you guys can see. I think it's something innate within me ever since like very young, my day everywhere, I do everything. And also being a Christian and within church, you know, we have to do a lot of giving back. It was rough. It was rough. I was doubtful. It was daunting, but God.
So when you saw that email that you got the scholarship and you realized that you're this close, you're on the cusp of making your dream come true, what did that scholarship mean to you?
It meant unlocking a part of a dream that my inner child was. I think in the moment I was detached from my present, and welcome my past, because a child within me was beaming. You know what I mean? From days where I was watching House with my mother to even performing resuscitation on my puppies that ultimately died.
You know, said Malcolm-Jamal said the dog, the puppy,
the dog them get CPR, but them dead. All 5 of them. No.
You weren't a vet.
No, not a vet. Not a vet. No. But I mean, that solidified a passion within me, and I saw, after seeing that, I was like, wow. You know what I mean? Yeah. God is good. And
Amen.
I was actually in a warehouse at the time where I saw the email, because I was doing a summer job. I stack things, but during the period I was constantly checking my phone, because I know, like, all right, I go see, I go get time for feedback. So seeing that me drop the something nearly almost broke off my toe, because I was just so elated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. For a youngster watching you this morning, Malcolm, what would you, and they're thinking, they're dreaming, but they're not really seeing the way.
Are you like me now? Get that scholarship?
Now get that. Which family come from that just now happen?
Yeah.
What would be your word of motivation and inspiration and action? Because a lot of times, people sit and their dreams don't come true because of inaction.
Right.
What action would you encourage them to take on a morning like this?
All right. So I think, as Marcus Garvey had said, twice defeated, if not mentally prepared. So I think the first step I would give a youth within my community is that be confident. You know what I mean? When society and the world and filled with classism and privilege and nepotism is so, all right, I'm gonna talk to them, because I don't know if they understand. When you have so much people that are getting preferred within a certain scope, be your motivation. Have confidence within yourself. If you feel like you can't do it, still do it. Because there's a thing where if you're contemplating how cold a river is, and you're gonna jump in, that not stop the river from cold. You get what I say? So jump in. Embrace the unknown, because there is beauty in having faith. You know what I mean? And all right, suppose you not get something. There's something else waiting. But you don't want 10 years, 5 years, and you say, me just do that thing there. Me I get it, you don't want that happen. Me just say have confidence. Also, as it relates to your actual work, participate. If you don't like study, come on, dedicate at least 30 minutes a day to reading your book. Because remember, say, if it's not for you, mommy I wait for you, daddy I wait for you, grandma, uncle, these individuals, even a little child we probably not even know now, probably 10 years down the line, I go look up to you and say, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. That would be advice.
Thank you very much.
Well, we wish you all the best in your medical journey. And I heard Dennis ask you earlier, I'm going to ask you, do you know which area of medicine you want to pursue?
Well, going into it, I was hell-bent on the heart.
Yes. So you wanted to be a cardiologist?
A cardiologist.
No, your heart
the
has
CVI
changed.
and the dog them. So I was also always fascinated with the heart. Now, I have my mind open.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, in the program, sir, so hello. Good morning, all medical students. Second year Med-Sci family. Good morning to you. You can imagine Dr. Malcolm-Jamal Newland. I got to say, it does. It actually does.
And then I'm going to smoke and all that. No, you did smoke last year? It's the first year you just smoked?
Oh, yeah, you just smoke all the way through, the production. And then now I'm a recent elect of the FMS Guild Board. So, yeah, man, more in the raps.
Big things.
Big things
man,
in there.
representation.
Yeah.
Good judges.
Love it. Representation matters. Big up to George's. What's George's motto again?
Ad Mahoram de Gloriam, for the greater glory of God.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
For the greater glory of God, greater glory of the JWN Foundation. Love
Indeed.
it. Yeah.
Our fully bright scholar, our guest, Malcolm-Jamal Newland, scholar, advocate, leader, inspiring others to bet on themselves and chase their dreams. We're going to take another break, and then when we get back, some other young people are going to be here. I guess it's the Myconian morning. It's Sunrise Freshers right here on Sunrise.
Inside, every morning, I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it.